Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show, and of course another episode of the White Rose Rivals. I'd rather be doing other things after. I'm still not over the Patrick Bamford penalty miss. I can't lie to you. I'm still pissed off, but we've got to talk about it. We will do that a little bit later on, and when we deep dive into that tonight as well on the final word at 9 p.m. So make sure you join us for that, because no doubt it's just going to be consumed by Patrick Bamford. Guess what, lads? This is a bad thing. There's actually been rumblings about Daniel Farke on social media and whether or not he's not in terms of sack, but there's people starting to ask questions, which I think's wild. I'm just putting out there, we're third in the league. I mean, Ipswich, the best ever start by a promoted side. Leicester, the best ever start by any championship side. And when all of a sudden people are questioning Leeds, we're in fucking third. It's just our luck that the two at the top have started as well as they have. Like I said, record breakers at the minute. So people need to relax. But we'll talk about that tonight anyway. I think it's wild.
There's no wrong with being record breakers, mate.
At least you've got that, bud. At least you've got that. We haven't seen you for a bit, Ash. How are you doing, mate? Let's get straight into it. People like the video, subscribe to everyone's channel and all that jazz. But Ash, we haven't seen you for a while. You've had a change of manager. Danny Rowell's come in. We were talking about it last week. He's never managed before. Is it a bit of a... I don't know. It's definitely a left field appointment. Will it work? And obviously 2 losses on the spin. So tell me what it's like for a Sheffield Wednesday perspective.
Obviously a name that was brought up, and obviously you look at his pedigree. Assistant manager, German national team, assistant manager, Bayern Munich, been at Leipzig as well. You look at his CV, obviously as a coach and assistant, first managerial position. Young guy. I mean, excited. I've got to say, after the dross that we had from Cisco, it was welcome for someone to come in. Obviously, all the usual merry-go-round of manager names.
You're going to get Warnock at one point, weren't you?
Yeah, Warnock was muted. I don't think it was ever very serious, but you know what fans are like. They'll throw any name in the hat. And it's just, I'm pretty excited about it, and a lot of Wednesday fans are. I think they've obviously suffered the 10 games of Cisco. Was just absolute, probably one of the worst decisions out. And I keep saying it, batshit crazy owner has done. And apparently he did interview Danny Rowell at in the summer and went and basically chose the wrong guy. It's been.
Do you believe that?
Well, of course. God bloody hell. Would you believe anything that comes out of Sheffield Wednesday at the minute, mate? It's a shit show, isn't it? So you won't think that, but he's come in. He's come across really well in every press conference. Our owner kept his gob shut for his press conference, which was great to see. Let the guy talk. What he's come across as, how he's talking, it really does like a breath of fresh air. I'm just hoping that we don't kill him as a club. He's come in a proper bad situation, and it's dire, and I'm just hoping he can get whatever he wants to do, his philosophies, his way of playing. It can get into the players we've got, because it's a long time till January, and even then he must have been given guarantees of some sort of money, but our chairman has not said there's no money to spend, so it's going to be a tough one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. If you look at the Wednesday timeline hashtag, it's pretty positive, and obviously the first 2 games have not gone to plan, but it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
I think there is green shoots of survival there.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, have you seen a change? Because obviously, like you said, in the 2 games that he's managed, I guess Watford, I don't know how much time he had, but you've conceded 4 goals, you've not scored any. So, are you seeing anything different on the pitch to give you confidence that it'll get better?
Not so much at Watford, but definitely last night at Plymouth. I mean, barring obviously a cracking free kick from Bundu, and then an absolute horror show defending. It did. We averaged something like 30-odd% possession under Cisco, and we got 57 last night. Yes, we only had 2 shots on target, which is a massive issue for us. But the way we played, we did. You won't believe this from the scoreline. We did play Plymouth off the park. It was really good to see the first half, barring the last 5 minutes. It was great, and I think there is. I'm just hoping that we've got a third of the season.
Yeah, still a long way.
Well, yeah, this is gone. I'm hoping it's not
33 games, mate. No,
33.
33. Yeah, 33.
99 points.
Exactly. So, you're going to win the league, mate. You're going to win.
That's it. We only need Leicester to lose about 25 on the trot or whatever it is. But it's never done until it's mathematically done. But obviously, he's got a massive, massive mountain to climb.
Yeah. I'm just looking now, mate. It's 11 points between you and Huddersfield.
11, yeah.
It's fucking lot. But then again, as a Leeds fan, I'm going, we can still catch Ipswich, and they're 12 if they win the game in hand. So it's easy for me to say that to you, and then I'm looking at Ipswich saying, it's not over yet. We can still get there, and it's almost exactly the same. So let me ask what the lads' opinions are. And obviously, we discussed it last week about, him coming in, not having any prior experience and stuff. 2 losses. I know we don't see Sheffield Wednesday as often as Ash, but for me, I hate to say it as well. Actually, it sort of feels like they're resigned. I know there is still a long way to go, but it's going to take a bit of a miracle, I think, Ant.
Yeah, I think to stay in the league it is, because I was saying this to I went round to my families and watched obviously the game last night against Birmingham, and we were saying we're looking at the league table and the bottom 3, they seem to be sort of just slipping away a bit. Rotherham beating Coventry sort of plugged that gap a bit. Obviously, they've got a game in hand. But QPR and Wednesday seem a bit marooned now in the bottom 2. And you're looking at them, the squads, and thinking, have they got enough goals in them? Have they got enough bite in them to pull back a gap like that? And then have the teams above them got, a few consecutive losses in a row in them? And you're thinking, they've been a bit inconsistent, but they seem to be picking up results. It's a weird one because Rawls come into it, and realistically, he'll have no pressure on him because he's inherited something that's just so poor that it can only get better. So everything he does is going to be now just, let's get us playing right, let's get the fans behind us and see what happens. If a miracle happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then at least we're in a good place to try and bounce straight back in League One. But I think the gap's a bit too big at the minute.
Just feel that. And the team you've got to drag in as well as Huddersfield. Unfortunately, Cotty's not with us tonight. He's working, but they had a good start. I mean, they beat QPR 2-1 and then they go get thumped 4-0 at home to Cardiff. So that is probably the team you're targeting. Obviously, Matt, you're closest to Huddersfield. You've got a game in hand. Do you see them as being the team that need to get pulled in? And obviously, what's your opinion on what's going on at Sheffield Wednesday, mate?
I think, as well, on Wednesday, 11 points is at any stage of the season, 11 points is just massive. You've got to win back-to-back games and potentially multiple back-to-back games, and you haven't won any so far. So there's it's going to take something we rarely see from a team that's anywhere near the bottom part of the table. It's obviously doable. If Chansiri puts his hands in his pocket and really does something special in January, who knows? Chansiri might do that. You just don't know with him. I don't think he will, but he might. So I think it's going to be very difficult for them. QPR, if they keep Ainsworth there, on a one-way track to League One as well. That's happening. I was hoping if Plymouth or another team we're going to try and drag into us. The result last night didn't really benefit. I would have preferred Wednesday to pick something up, although that would have brought Wednesday closer to us. So it was one of those games where for us it was lose-lose. But Plymouth have dropped off from a very good start. They've picked up some excellent results, but probably dropped off from where they started. So Plymouth, Huddersfield, Coventry have dropped close to that part of the table as well. But you've got Coventry who are probably going to pick up some points. You've got Stoke who were down there who are going to start picking up points. So it's looking at maybe 3 from 5. If yours 3 plus Huddersfield and Plymouth, probably I think is the bottom situation. Probably.
Yeah, it definitely looks like we're just on Stoke. I said as well, like I was saying in the preview, it almost feels like they were in a bit of false position, and then they get the 5 players back after the international break and beat Sunderland and Leeds. So it's good results for them and potentially a turnaround. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about that now. You can have your fun, I guess.
Mate, I'm in no position, am I? Come on.
Mate, you got to take your
I'm
wins.
going to take it out. Oh, yeah.
You've got to take your draws. You can't have wins, can you? You're not allowed them. Yeah, man, fucking hell. Patrick Bamford, it's insane to think that he grabbed the ball and went to take the penalty again. He's got a 50% hit rate in terms of pens. I've seen a stat to say he's the only player or something. It was Johnny Cooper who works for Opta. Basically, he's got the worst strike rate in the past 18 months or something of penalties. Apparently, Somerville wanted it. Asked Pascal Strauch, who's our captain at the minute. He's only a young lad. Obviously, Bamford's a senior player within the squad, and apparently was like, "Nah, you're not getting this ball." And he fucking did what he did. And I said on the watch line at the time, "Go on, mate."
Sorry. Surely that's decided by the beginning of the game. Before they
go
go
out.
out.
Pre-pick them normally, don't they?
Yeah.
He's not on the pitch. He said Pirro. Like the thing is, Farker said Pirro's my penalty taker. He has said that Bamford won't take him again, which is a positive. but that should have been Farker said that. But that should have been preempted though that Pirro's off the pitch. So listen, I'm pissed off, and I'd said like Ipswich not playing against Rotherham Friday, it cuts the gap. Yeah, they've still got a game in hand, but points on the board's better. You're putting pressure on. We're now in a situation where they've got 9 points on us again and another game in hand. So it's like, I'm just pissed off. And like I said, there's question marks over the selection. He dropped Somerville. He dropped Dan James. I get you've got to rotate the squad, but you look at it now, you think, if you hadn't have done that, because we did improve when they came on the pitch. So, yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah. There's other things that happen though before the penalty, isn't there? It's not just. I know you're pissed at Bamford and rightly so, but it's the whole leading up to it. It was just a bad day at the office, wasn't it, for Leeds?
It's a bad game, mate. It's a bad advert, especially when you consider Norwich at the weekend. We come from 2-0 down. You're like, this is Championship. You love it, and then we go to Stoke, and it was just absolutely dire. I don't think they're great either. Do you know what I mean? They're not. I'm still pissed off, and I think I'm sort of resigned to the fact now that the top two's done, and I guess that's another question I wanted to ask, obviously. And I'll come to you because you got a result last night. You're on the same points as West Brom in 6, so in effect you're closer to the playoffs. Do you think, as someone who's up there, that the top two's done, or is it still too soon?
I think Leicester will not move. But I think I am expecting Ipswich to eventually, I wouldn't say fall off, but I feel like teams will tactically figure them out and start getting results against them. I'm saying that, and they're probably the best team we've played this season. They were outstanding, but you just feel like that they're the team that can't keep it up. You usually have one that they slip off eventually. And I feel like Ipswich will. It's just so close, isn't it? Because everyone behind Ipswich, I think there's 3 points from 3rd to
so close,
12th or something like that.
Yeah.
So you've got a big chasing pack that are only the chasing pack because they've been so inconsistent. Whereas Ipswich have just managed to win.
Yeah.
1 or 2 bad results, and you think, have they got the minerals to recover from that? And obviously, we haven't seen that yet in the Championship. But I would expect Ipswich would be the team that will eventually start to get caught up and have a bit of pressure put on them by the teams behind. But like we say, we can only go off what we've seen so far, can't we?
Yeah. And it's mad because Leeds United, Stokes' goal last night comes in, hits off the crossbar, comes off Strout, goes in. And I don't know if you've seen the highlights to Ipswich, but it came off the post, hit the keeper for Bristol City and rolled all the way along the line, and then they kept it out. And it's just like, that's fucking... Sometimes you can't... That's luck, isn't it? Their luck's in, they're flying, and these things these things are happening. Matt, what do you think? Top two? Have you played Leicester and Ipswich now?
No, we went to play Ipswich on Friday, weren't we? Till the weather came.
Sorry,
I agree. And Leicester had it's not done and dusted, obviously, but the squad they've got, if they don't break the points record, they've probably underachieved. To be honest with you, that's how good that squad is. Ipswich will drop off. They're obviously the factor that nobody factored in for. Nobody saw Ipswich being second and being so good. That's what makes Leeds look the start not as good. If Ipswich had a normal start to the season, you'd be second within 2 points or whatever, and it looks a bit better. I don't know. They're interesting to see what happens when they get put under proper pressure. After, like Ant says, lose a game, draw a game against somebody like us or Wednesday or something like that. Are they going to deal with that pressure? Because it's still a lot of the same squad from League One. The players are all basically the same. So, and it doesn't is when somebody gets sacked in the Premier League, is somebody going to come try and bring McKenna in? Then what happens? There's another spanner it works. There's lots of questions about Ipswich to be answered. Whereas Leeds, I think you keep the Farke talk. If there is talk of that, that's mad. Because
It is mad. Yeah. I think there's people saying he can't coach a press, that some of the tactics aren't right, he needs to take Pirro out of the 10. And I think there's a bit of rumblings. And I think, I don't know what people expect. I know they want us to be doing a Leicester, but again, I come back to it like, best start by a championship team and the best start by a newly promoted side. You can't account for that stuff, man. You can't. Just on the points record stuff, Locks from Leicester Fan TV, who's a good friend of mine, we did a preview before the season started with Jack, who's a Southampton fan from Matchday Vlogs. And Locks said on there, we will break the points record. And I was laughing my head off. I made a YouTube short. I put it out on TikTok. And every week he reminds me and he says, we're fucking going to do it. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to happen, man. They're playing. We've got them actually next Friday. So we'll see. I just don't want to get beat because he'll kill me. But Ash, obviously you know more about Ipswich than us. You've seen them last season. And that's my main worry, is the fact that they accumulated as many points as they did and they never dropped off last season. So my thing is, what's to say they will this? Do you know what I mean? And that's my only concern. Obviously, you've seen them. They've dealt with that League One running. Do you think they can maintain it?
I'm same as Anne. I'm waiting for it. Last season, obviously in January, they did spend a bit of money and they did strengthen in key areas, and that did help them with their promotion, whereas we didn't, and obviously paid the price of automatics, that is. And it just seems that they just keep grinding out the results. I mean, they beat us 1-0 a few weeks ago, and it was they scored at half time. It wasn't pretty, and that is us. That's us in our great start. They struggle. I didn't say struggle. They only beat us 1-0 and a goal at half time. So it's not like they are brushing
like
teams,
blowing teams away like
that's
Leicester
it.
and stuff.
Yeah, on the face of it. But it just seems that he's got the right mix. He brought in players, and if you believe, obviously, that they thought they were going to get promoted, so they brought in like Broadhead, and I think they've signed a couple in the summer as well. Forgive me that, but they planned for their promotion. Yeah. They planned for working on for this season, and it paid dividends with him. But he's obviously had a bit of a foresight and looked into the future and putting that groundwork in, and it's working for him. Am I jealous? Fuck yeah, of course I am. if there were any promoted team that I wanted to be second at the minute, it ain't Ipswich, it ain't Plymouth, it's Sheffield Wednesday. But we're at the top of the table. It's the fucking form table, not, isn't it? I don't know. But yeah, I am. Leicester, I think, and for me, I don't know. I think it's between yourselves and Southampton. I think Leeds and Southampton. I do think it's the promotion ones. I think they're going to have it enough in the long haul.
I don't think we'll drop many places lower than where we are now. It's just I want top two. I hate the playoffs. Leeds are terrible in the playoffs. I don't want to be in the playoffs. because one game and you're resigned back to another 46 game season. It's not fair. Do you know what I mean? I can't be dealing with it again. It does my tits in, man. I tell you. Listen, before we get on to this weekend's games, I want to talk about Birmingham and Wayne Rooney. I know it's not Yorkshire or anything, but obviously he's gone in there. John Eustace has been sacked. I don't actually mind Wayne Rooney, and I know he's a Man United player, but I don't actually mind him. I've nothing against Birmingham. But, you know, when you see decisions like this, so like Eustace getting sacked, I think, do you know what? I want it to go tits up. It's like Bournemouth for us in the Premier League. They took Tyler Adams, they took Sinistera, they took the manager that we wanted, they took Max Aarons from under our nose. Nothing against Bournemouth, but because of that, I want them to fail. So I'm enjoying the fact that they're not winning games. It's bitter, but that's what football fans are, right? We're bitter. You know what I mean? We're fickle and we're bitter.
Petty people.
Petty, yeah, for sure. So when I see what's happened to Eustace and what's going on at Birmingham, I think, do you know what? I hope it goes tits up. And two losses in two. Are you like me, or do you want it to be a success for Rooney and Birmingham? What are your thoughts? Who wants to take it?
We played them last night, obviously. So, I mean, the thing was it's such a weird situation because when you've got a manager that's got you into a decent position in the league, there might have been complaints about the standard of football that they had, but they were in 6th place, and I think any fan you speak to would take, you know, playing ugly football but winning the vast majority of your games if it was offered, especially like Sheffield Wednesday right now would take that absolutely. But they've gone for, obviously, because Tom Brady's involved in the hierarchy of the ownership and everything. They've gone for that high profile name and the autograph signings and stuff that comes with it, that little sprinkle of stardust that they want. And thinking that Rooney's going to be this attacking manager to get the best out of their summer signings that they didn't think Eustace was doing. But Rooney's record as a manager has been dire. So, like, you know, at Derby, he did okay. He had Rosenior as the brains behind the works there, as shown last night. Then you've got... he went over to America and he didn't even finish in the playoffs with whatever club he was at. So he reminds me of Lampard and Gerrard that just get these jobs on the basis of who they are rather than what they've done at a managerial level. They haven't gone down to the basement of English football and worked their way up with experience. They've been gifted a chance purely because of their playing career. And I just think that they looked chaotic. I mean, we were in full control from the first minute to the 90th. I just don't understand what type of football they're trying to play. I just think it was an unnecessary risk to take because it's one of those, if it's not broken, why are you trying to fix it kind of situations. And I just can't see it ending well.
Yeah. Oh, he's hit the nail on the head, hasn't he? Like, why do owners make these decisions? I mean, I'm probably best off talking to Ash about that, but let's go on that.
Yeah. So I think Tom Brady and his mates have just looked at the championship rule book and gone, right, who's doing well? Who's doing well? Sheffield Wednesday, let's just copy what they're doing. Yeah.
I know.
I can't believe it. I really can't. Obviously, sat in a half-decent position, not expected to do much. I'm sure there'd be a bottom mid-table of the championship or, you know, struggling a little bit, but he's been doing a cracking job. Don't know much about Eustace, I've got to say. Obviously, not just being in this season, but on the face of it, positioning, if he was next to us, if he was 21st, 22nd, something like that, new owners coming in, new consortium, wanting, right, freshen it up. We're going to bring in this big name in Rooney. On the face of it, a big name, not in managerial sense, like Ant says. I think his track record is pretty dire. And then making that change, it's just bizarre. And I'm on about our managers only had 2 games as well. So obviously Rooney's only had 2 games, and on the face of it, Birmingham's squad is a lot better than ours. So it's going to take time for him, just like it is for our manager, for whatever he wants to play. But we were in a total different position. Obviously, our manager wasn't doing anything, winning, drawing a couple. That's it. But it's a strange one. And I'm same as you. I've got no affiliation to Rooney or Birmingham. I don't. There's nothing there. He can do all right.
The thing is as well. Yeah, the thing is as well, Ash. Like, someone might take a chance on Eustace now. Do you know what I mean? And he'll probably walk into another job in the Championship potentially, and end up beating Birmingham and do well. We've only to look at Bournemouth and Gary O'Neill, for example. What they did to him was wild, and look at him. But it's I can understand why Rooney's taken the job, but it was always on a bit of a hide into nothing, really, because the Birmingham fans, not a lot of them didn't want Eustace to go. They were doing all right, like you say. Okay, the football might not be pretty, but what I don't understand is where they want an attacking brand of football. Does Rooney play that? Is Rooney, you know what I mean, known for his silky football as a manager? I don't think he is he?
I think what the concerning thing is I listened to his post-match interview after the game, and he just doesn't sound like a manager. Like, he sounds like he should be a player still. He's not talking like a gaffer. He doesn't sound like he's in charge. He said something like, it's quite clear that these players don't have the character to play the no fear, win the second ball kind of style that I want to play. So I need to find out what style they want to play. And you sat there thinking, no, you need to tell them how you want them to play. That you're a manager. Why are you asking
your job?
Yeah, like Gaffer, you can imagine him just slowly walking into the changing room, going, "So how do you want to play today, then, lads?"
Exactly. Yeah.
Who wants to start? You want to start? Yeah. You've got to have a bit of leadership in that, and that doesn't instill confidence, motivation, trust, or anything in that team. They might be a bit starstruck that Wayne Rooney's a gaffer, but at the end of the day, when you're looking for inspiration and a bit of guidance as to how to play and to improve your game, is he going to give them that? And I don't think he is. It's so bizarre, because he wanted to play a play out from the back system, which is obviously what him and Rosinia did at Derby. But I don't think he has the correct understanding of it. That the back four was just so disjointed, and he's trying to throw a new style on them like straight away, where you should sort of gradually get it into the team, and it's derailed them completely, and it could honestly have just ruined the season for him.
Definitely. Go on, mate.
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you think it's like the old Roy Keane? You know, when Roy Keane was a manager, he played at the top of his game. It was Man United, won the treble, all that, and then Rooney's been at the top of Man United, and he's expecting things of players that are a couple of leagues below what he's he's used to, even on the pitch. So you think that he's asking of players. I know it's only 2 games, but I'm on about his old managerial style now, because DC United and Derby don't really cut to the Champions League of Man United, do they? So I think it might be the way, exactly what you said, Alan, the way he's talking as probably an old footballer who's gone to a club who was at the height of his powers, and he's gone to play last year or so, and he's talking about the players, his teammates, of like, not as a boss, as in he's going to go and go, right, this is what we're doing, this is this, I want this, I want that. It's like exactly like how you put it on.
he's got 3 really tough games next as well. I think he's got something like Sunderland, Ipswich, and somebody else up near the top. So, you're thinking, where's his first win going to come? If he goes 4 or 5 games without a win, or loses 5 in a row, the fans really will turn on him. Because, I mean, there was a video, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, full time when he's walking off the pitch, the fans were already telling him to get knotted and get out of the club and all this kind of stuff. Thinking 2 games in, he's walking off to that. Madness, isn't it?
Well, that is mad, actually. I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, I'll find the video and send it to you. I'm sure Second Zia tweeted it if you've got them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not playing Charity FC, is he, anytime soon? So
no.
Matt, what do you make to it all? Go on, mate. Sorry.
25th of November, we go to Birmingham. So if he's still in a job, he might get his first.
We'll see. Matt, what do you make? Do you expect them to fall like a stone now, or are we being too harsh?
No, the thing with somebody like Wayne Rooney and Steven Gerrard, when those people come in, when Gerrard certainly did at Villa, for example, there was an instant reaction because it's Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney's not had that. It's 2 games in, and you're sort of thinking, well, if he's not going to start now, I'm not convinced where it's going to be. Modern managers now, to be successful, you need to be sort of detail orientated. You need to understand what your style is and try and gradually impose it on your team. He clearly have Rosinia to help him do that at Derby. I don't know who his coaches are at Birmingham, but I haven't heard a name that sort of shouts out to him.
He's brought Ashley Cole and John O'Shea.
So he's brought his mates.
Yeah, he's brought his mates. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Just for the boys.
Derby.
Yeah, he
He?
played him at
Yeah.
Derby. I swear he brought him in as an actual left back at Derby.
Yeah, he did
for
that.
a bit.
So there's nothing in there that says, that he's got a good pedigree at X, Y, and Z. He'll do a really good job at Birmingham.
Yeah.
It's just people he seems to know, and that as the weeks go by, 2 weeks go by, it's even more strange decision.
Yeah.
What was Eustace meant to do? What more did they want from John Eustace at the time? What more could he have done to save his job? That sounds a bit not much more.
No, yeah. And it'll come back to bite him, man. 100% it will. It always does. I'm just having a look there. Who've they got at the weekend? They've got Southampton, man.
Southampton, Ipswich, Sunderland's their next three, innit, I think.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He's going to be fucked, isn't he? Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm actually happy for it. I can't lie. And nothing against Birmingham City, by the way. I don't mind Birmingham City, but I just hate it when stuff like that happens. Birmingham City fans probably pulling their hair out. To be fair. Right, let's get to this weekend's games then. Of course, Sheffield Wednesday take on Rotherham. That is a massive, massive game. Matt, is it your place?
No, it's Hillsborough.
Is it Hillsborough? What's your record like there? I'm assuming you'll know off the top. Is it
It's
actually
really,
excellent?
really good? Yeah, we've won
really?
6 out of the last 10, 1 defeat in the last 10. Something like we are terrible away from home in the Championship, especially. But we love going to Hillsborough for some reason. I don't know why. Lovely place to play football for us.
Is it too early to call it a relegation 6-pointer, Matt?
I don't know if it's probably too early for a 6-pointer, but for us,
I mean, if you win though, like Sheffield Wednesday,
I know. And for us, we've got QPR next week.
Yeah, you could bury it.
Whoa, stop, lads. Stop. I am here. I'm in the room. There will still be 96 points to play for. You've
got to win the games. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We've got to fucking score, not win. We've only scored 5 goals. Our goal of this month for October is nobody. If we don't score on Sunday, we ain't got one.
You'll have to go to under 21s or something and pick one from there, mate.
Well, we have a good striker on under 21s, so.
But we got QPR next week. So if we got beat Coventry, we could beat Wednesday, could beat QPR. Could pick up 9 points or 7 points. This is a chance for us to pull away from.
You're thinking about getting out of that relegation zone, aren't you, Matt?
I'm getting giddy out of it.
He's seen the path out.
Exactly.
1 win and I've gone. That's it. 3 points up board. I can't wait. But it'd be typical us for them to get their first win against having us just won and them on a poor run. It'd be typical. But I am getting happy. The performance last night was a massive step up. We sort of felt like our club again. Felt like Rotherham United again. So if we do that again on Sunday with the dip that they're in, if we can sort of suffocate and put them under pressure, then we will win the game. But I'm not convinced we'll turn up, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
You're not confident then, Matt?
We don't normally play good twice in a row. That's the problem for us. We played a good 45 minutes against Coventry, so we're not due another one till probably end of November now. That's a problem.
Come on then, Ash. How's the temperature at Hillsborough, mate?
Well, it's freezing. Our chairman's got no money to put heating on or anything. Got no hot water, no NAFO, mate. It's getting warmer. It's the confidence that, like I said before, the new managers bringing to the fans is getting warmer. It's getting there. It's going to take time, and hopefully it's going to. The trouble is goals. There is a massive. We've shown that we can create against last night against Plymouth. We had a couple of good chances, but it was just putting the goals away. I mean, we've got Gregory's 35, Smith's 32 now. Ashley Fletcher might as well be on the North Pole because he's scored. What has he scored? 27 goals in his entire career. He's not going to get. He didn't even make the squad last night. Windass is just not turned up this season at the minute. Well, no one has. It's a bit harsh on him. I don't know, mate. I'm usually a positive guy. But I do like what we've seen. Like I said last night, and the manager comes across really well. I hope whatever he's telling them on the training pitch, we have got the players to take the advice, take what he wants to do, and implement that. It's tough, isn't it? Even
will you win the game?
Look, if anyone's a stats guy, if you love
He's
your
trying
numbers,
so hard. You can see him trying so hard to find the will to say it.
Yes, mate, we are going to win. I'm very positive on this, of course. It's hard. It's 13 games. You do get into that rut, and I don't want players to get into that. The actual getting the first win. It's been an uphill battle, and it's going to come on Sunday. The first win. It's a dinner time kickoff. So yeah.
Is it on Sky? Is it? Have we got it on Sky?
No.
South Yorkshire Police have insisted.
See, that's same with Huddersfield. I thought we were on Sky with the 12:30, and then I've looked and we're not. It's Birmingham, Southampton, and I was like, it must be policing then. Come on then, give me a score prediction, Ash.
1-0 Wednesday. I can't go any more than one because one goal would be massive for us. I don't see us scoring.
Scenes at
it would. Yeah. 93rd minute off someone's arse. I keep saying it, but yeah, it will do. 1-0 Wednesday. I do. He's going to have Danny Roll's going to have a couple more days with him, and every match now he's going to see a bit more improvement. And then I just hope he don't run out of games. He gets into a routine, and we've got to take it that other teams are going to go on winless runs as well. So 1-0.
What about you? And I'll come to you. We'll leave Matt till last. What's your score prediction, mate?
It's a tough one, because I feel like with this being a game that is so important, and I know we say it's early, but this is the kind of game that either team needs to pick points up in order to, because at the end of the season, when you look back at games and cost you, this will be one of those games. And I feel like Darren Moore will be looking at this and going, and we need to target this as our win. This is when we get not Darren Moore, what's he called? Danny Roll, sorry. To target this to
you sacked him already.
Play with his mind there. To target this and be like, this needs to be where our season starts. But I just feel like Rotherham, with that win over Coventry and Wednesday's poor form, their players will go into it in high confidence. So it will be a good game. It's a shame it's not on telly because I'd like to watch that. I think I reckon it'll be a draw. Personally, I think Rotherham will take the lead. Wednesday will rally and get back and get a point out of it. I think 1-1. I reckon.
I was going to go for 1-1, but it's just scoring that goal, isn't it? So I'm going to go 1-0 Rotherham. 1-0 Rotherham. Matt, what are your thoughts, mate?
I am concerned that it's Roll's first home game, and if they have a good if they have a good first 5-10 minutes, the crowd start to get behind, and we sort of go back in a shell. I am concerned about that a little bit. But if we turn up like we did against Coventry, like we did against Southampton at times, and Norwich, we'll win because the rut that Wednesday win. But we've just got to turn up with our record as good as it is. I'm not going to back against us because our record at Hillsborough is so good. So I'm going to go 2-1.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Nice.
I mean, if we had Munoz still in charge and we went 1-0 down early, then the atmosphere would have turned pretty toxic. But I think if we do go 1-0 down early on against Rotherham, I don't think there'll be much change in it because I think the feeling at the club is with the manager that back him and the atmosphere. I think that it may even go up a notch. Trying to get behind them, the team and the manager. So it's if we do go 1-0 down, I am not. It's not the crowd of being at home or anything like that. It's just the scoring the goals. It's that that's going to be our problem. And I don't know if we'll be able to solve that in January or not.
Maybe. Well, good luck. Or you can have Bamford. Hey, Bamford, Sheffield Wednesday.
It goes to goal penalties though.
We're not that desperate yet.
I know. Right. Okay. We'll talk Hull now. Let's talk Hull City. Hull City. Who is it you've got at the weekend, mate? I'm just having a look
Preston
now.
at home.
Preston at home. Big game, especially if you want to get into that top 6, right? I assume, would you overtake them, or have they dropped out?
Yeah, I think we're only 2 points behind you, and you're in third, aren't we? So
right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so close up there. I mean, one loss and you drop down to like 14th, but one win and you go up to 4th or something. It's just crazy at the minute. It's a bit like last season.
Mad.
No, it's a big game for us because, especially in the grand scheme of the season so far, that we need to turn our home form around. Whereas we've only lost the once at home, we've also only won once at home. We're draw merchants at home. We feel like we should be an art attack or something. But it's one of those where I feel like Preston were in a false position because they were doing really well at the start of the season. They've started to fall off a bit. Got a couple of positive results lately to keep them in the mix, but I feel like it's a game that, after that win against Birmingham, I feel like it's rejuvenated the side a bit. We needed a bit of a pickup. We'd fallen off a bit. I think we'd not won in the last 4. So it's one of those games. It was big 3 points last night. Like I said, I think Rosinia was absolutely over the moon with it. It's another clean sheet, only our second one of the season. Defense and conceding silly goals has been our Achilles heel all year. So it was nice to get another clean sheet. But we just need to turn our home form around because away from home we're fine, and it's so annoying because we've only picked up I think eight points at home, and if we'd have won two of those games at home, we'd be third now. So if we'd have won one of those home games, we'd probably be third or level on points with Leeds. So it's so frustrating, but I can't quite put my finger on why we can't win at home. I think it's because the onus is on us to attack, and we're better counter-attacking, which is why we're probably better away from home. But no, the lad Philogene's on fire. I mean, I've never been more excited for a whole City player in my life. He is absolutely outstanding. He should not be at our football club at all. He should be nowhere near our team. He's absolutely phenomenal. So I'm hoping that he carries his form on. Delap's got 2 in 2 now as well. We've got Tufan coming back from injury and getting his fitness back up. Connolly's still in the mix too, so I'm hoping that this is a revival of our early season form.
Oh, good. Because we need some Yorkshire teams doing well, don't we? Us on the left-hand side or viewers right, we're doing all right. It's the other two that
both Sheffield clubs are doing quite poor, aren't they?
yeah. Actually,
At least United are doing crap as well.
Yeah, there is that.
That's the only silver lining.
Yeah.
At least
if they were doing all right, can you imagine what going to work and that'd be like for you, Ash? It'd be brutal, wouldn't it? So at least, yeah.
Well, I work in Doncaster, so it's even worse.
All right.
Well, they're not doing great.
No.
Oh, great stuff. Right, give us your score prediction.
It's at home, so the chances there's a 98% chance it'll be 1-1. But I'm going to be positive, and I think we'll get our second home win of the season. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win, another clean sheet, 2 in a row, first time this season.
Nice, like it. I'm going to go for. I think you beat him. I'm going to go 2-1 Hull. Ash, give us a score prediction, mate.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Hull as well. Obviously, as we came to Hull, got pasted, and I've seen Preston have been up and down, haven't they? Conceded quite a few goals. Like I say, I think they're maybe in a false position at the minute. So I'm going to go Hull 2-1.
Yeah. And Matt.
I'll go 1-0 Hull. We drew Preston 1-1. I went in Preston. They were top of the league at the time. They're quite functional, but quite dull to watch. Yeah. I think I'll have too much for them.
Yeah. I think didn't they win like 7 on the bounce or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. Or
Preston. I think they went 7 unbeaten. I don't think they won 7.
Yeah. Not 7 on the bounce, but yeah, mad. False position, yeah, for sure. Right, Leeds Huddersfield. I'm gutted that Cossey's not here, by the way. I just want to shout Cossey out as well because he did predict, if you remember, Matt, that your game would be called off.
Yeah, he did.
And he was bang on the money, to be fair to him. Sure. So shout out to Cossey. Yeah, no Huddersfield representative, to be fair, which is a shame. But they hate Leeds. They really, really hate Leeds. So I guess those that didn't want to come in for Cossey just hate us too much to even feature on this channel, I reckon. That's totally fine because we will beat them comfortably at the weekend. I genuinely believe that. I'm not concerned about Hull. Sorry. I'm not concerned about... about Huddersfield at all. Famous last words, by the way. But listen, if Warnock was still in charge, I'd be worried. I genuinely would be worried because he's the type of manager, obviously, coming and just shithousing it. I'm not convinced they'll do that at Ellen Road. I think the Leeds squad will feel that they owe a bit of retribution for Stokes. The performance wasn't great. I think, Cree Somerville, Dan James, they'll be put back into the starting lineup. I'd like to see Pirro just up back in front, if I'm honest, because he keeps playing him in the 10, and it's even now, and I'm quite normally with any manager really, apart from Jesse Marsh, I'm like, look, they know best, but at this point now, it is getting frustrating because
it's interesting that as well, because that was Norwich fans' biggest gripe with him, that he used to play. I think towards the end of his Norwich career, he started dropping Pookie into the 10, and they couldn't understand why. Yeah. And he's doing the same with Pirro at Leeds, so it's really interesting that.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I remember hearing, and it might have been a Norwich fan saying it, that he started that way with Pookie as well, and then he was sort of forced into a change because they didn't get off to the best start, if you remember, when he first came in. Because I remember Leeds went down there, we battered them 3-0, and then they ended up just turning it round and they won the league in the end. But it's a little bit frustrating, but he can't do any better than what. Well, he can. Obviously, he can win every game of football, but I think he's doing all right. We still miss. We really need Jed Spence, and I think he'll improve us massively. He comes back after the next international break. For me, he probably comes in and he's probably one of the best fullbacks in the league. So he's gonna improve us massively.
You play us first game after the international break, don't you?
Oh, is that what we've got?
Yeah, brilliant.
Mate, if it's at your place, though, I can see 1-0 to you. I can't lie.
Well,
I can't lie. I can see. Is it at your place when we return?
Yeah, on Sky, and it will be Friday night.
It is on Sky Friday night. Yeah. Well, that's 1-0 Rotherham written all over it, to be honest. So I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, look, I think we'll smash them, and I'm going to be as bold as to say we beat them 4-0 at Ellen Road at the weekend. There you go. Balls out and everything. Mic dropped. I'm there. 4-0 battered. Let's get some thoughts and score predictions. I'll start with you, Ant.
Yeah, no, I think I'm similar to you. I think Huddersfield are in for another hiding, which is concerning because they've just had a hiding. They just lost 4-0, didn't they? So, Huddersfield are that side that they're just there. They manage to creep and stay up every single season, but then start the next season really poor, and they're down there. But they always manage to pull out a surprise result or two. I just think Leeds have got far too much for them. Huddersfield's squad this season, they're lucky that the bottom three have started so poorly, because I think Huddersfield's squad depth is really poor. I think Leeds will just completely overwhelm them for me. I think it'll be, like you say, 3 or 4-0.
Nice. I like that. Give us one score. I need it.
3-0.
3-0. That's okay. Matt, you'll be wanting us to win, won't you? You'll be wanting us to beat Huddersfield and hopefully you get a result against Wednesday, and you know what I mean? Yeah. So, do you think we will?
Yeah, I think I thought to beat QPR. I thought it's a good result for them. They're pulling away, pushed big gap between QPR, and the 4-0 to Cardiff was an absolute shock. I didn't see that coming at all. I think Leeds will have far too much. I'm going to copy Ant 3-0. It'll be pretty comfortable. I just can't see Huddersfield getting anything from that, to be honest.
No. This is worrying me that everyone's backing us, actually.
Yeah, 1-0 Huddersfield incoming.
Yeah, exactly. Come on then, Ash. What's your thoughts, mate?
I'm going to go 2-0 Leeds. Obviously, Huddersfield have got Darren Moore now, and he's not got off to the best start, has he? I don't think they're too enamoured with that appointment. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. I think Leeds will bounce back from obviously disappointment. So I think it'll be an easy 2-0.
Yeah,
I think it'll be an easy 2-0.
I think so too. I hope so anyway, because if he does lose it, there will be some that'll start saying we need to change. I can't lie to you, which is mad. But yeah, we move. We're going to be all right. That brings us to the end of the show then, which is all. I really enjoy this because it's a little bit more like I don't have to focus all on Leeds, so it's really good. Listen, folks, those in the chat, please do smash a like on the video. Getting so close to 25k actually. I'm just 12 12 people away from 25k. So if you could subscribe if you are new or one of the opposing fans, you don't have to watch any of the other videos. Just drop me a sub. It's totally fine. But yeah, lads, have you got anything exciting coming up on your respective podcasts? Just previews for the weekend, is it?
Yeah, just the normal episodes. We'll be on Sunday talking about hopefully our second home win, but that's about it.
Nice. I really like that young lad on your podcast. He's low key quite funny, and I don't know if he realizes he's funny.
Nathaniel, he brings that little bit of. He's exactly what a show needs sometimes.
Does he know that he's funny?
I don't know.
Is he blissfully unaware? Do you know what I mean?
It's just his personality, mate. It's just how he is. He does the combined lineups that we used to laugh about because they were just horrendous every single week on the show, and he's changed. He puts them out on his blog now on LinkedIn and that. So, but no, he's a great lad.
He's a LinkedIn, is he? You better not listen to Jake Humphries. Otherwise, that's it. That's the LinkedIn life. Matt, is anything going on New York Talk?
Nothing special, but if we beat Wednesday, it'll be a very, very smug post-match on Sunday evening. So if we lose, we'll just maybe not do one. I don't know. We'll see.
If you win, get Ash on. If you win, just get Ash on because you're getting on. Ash, how's things at your end, mate? Anything going?
Nothing special. We're just putting out the usual. We do a preview show which Matt came on. It's gone out this morning, and we do some specials now and again, talk to special guests, all sorts of people, just whatever we can to put out free content. Because no else to do, is there? When you shit, you might as well talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah. I've been, mate. I can't lie to you. I know it's a different league, but I've been there last season in the Premier League, just getting whipped every week. Knowing you're going into games, not expecting to win games of football. I think we've all been there, to be fair. It's
we did it, honestly, like the season that we sold Bowen and Grosicki on deadline day, and we were level on points with
I
six.
remember,
we beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 and went level on points with 6 on New Year's Day, and we finished 24th. So in that 6-month period, we got something like I think it was 6 points from 60 available. It was horrendous, including that 8-0 loss at Wigan. It was honestly poor. I forgot that season ever happened. I try and erase it from my memory if I can.
I remember that whole side with Bowen and every week, man. Them two, just doing class, weren't they? They were class.
Yeah, they were literally our only source of goals. I think someone worked out statistically that it's like 82% of all of our goals when you combine their goals and assists together, and then we sold them in the same day. Yeah. So 82% of our goals just left, and we replaced them with Malik Wilkes and James Scott.
Did Grosicki go West Brom?
Yeah, he went to West Brom and then scored against us and got promoted.
Wow. Malik Wilkes, where's he at now? Is he still at Barnsley?
He's at Sheffield Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Is it Wednesday? Is he?
Yeah, get lost. Do not mention that name.
He was at Barnsley, wasn't he? Did he go to Barnsley?
He's doing Tony Yorkshire, isn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say, he started at Leeds and then he's gone. He'll be at Rotherham soon, I think.
He's been at Doncaster as well.
Yeah, Donny, yeah.
He came on at Watford at the last weekend. Oh my God. He had 100% pass rate. 100% pass rate to the opposition.
Honestly, the League One season, right, when we won the title, he scored 20-odd goals and he was outstanding. And his style of play was he played on the shoulder of the defenders, got in behind, cut in off the right, and would score. Came back in the Championship after promotion, and it looked like he put on about 6 stone. Completely changed his play style. Played with his back to goal. Didn't want to run whatsoever, and then wondered why we froze him out the squad, and then put loads of sort of dig tweets at the club because the Sheffield Wednesday were in for him and all this stuff, and all the fans wanted him to go. And he put some innocuous tweet out that sort of took a dig at us before he left. Went to Wednesday, did some real cheesy little video where he took the mick. And then he's not really played since. So, yeah, it's quite funny.
Yeah, you like it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, thanks for that. Really,
I like it when stuff like that happens, for sure.
Yeah,
how much did you pay for him, Ash? Do you know?
I think it was about 300 grand. It wasn't very much. We did chase him for like 6 weeks. I think it was one of those signings that just went on and on and on. And I wish it had just stayed on and on.
He played. I think his last game for us was against Bradford in the cup, and we went out. And he was horrendous. And I remember the rumours of Sheffield Wednesday being in for him, and everyone I was sat near in the pub just went, "I hope he goes." And it was one of those signings that when it was announced he left, everyone just went, "Yay!" Wednesday fans were buzzing with it.
I love that. I love that.
Well, yeah, you know.
Well,
These
we
things
will. Yeah, they do. We will leave it there. Leeds fans in the chat. I'll be back at 9 o'clock for the final word. There's going to be Jeremy. Who else? Jeremy. Andrea's back. Jeremy. Andrea. I forgot. That's bad, isn't it? You'll have to wait and see because I forgot the rest.
The surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. It is actually a surprise. Max from Leeds lately, and yeah, that's your lot. Anyway, we'll see you in a bit, folks. Thanks always for tuning in. See you.